Although the car business is a little over 100 years old, and technology certainly has changed, there's one thing that has never changed since day one, and in my humble opinion, is, has, and always will be the most important thing in our business, and that's the customer experience. Doesn't matter what we think, it matters what the customer thinks. And what I want to do is go back in time to what we did, and some of that should resonate with what you do today or should do today. And even though we know all these things because we talk about it every week, had a conversation with a dealer last week that still did not understand some of the basics of customer service that they need to do to propel their business forward. So it doesn't hurt to have a reminder, because every time, if you pick up one thing, oh yeah, you know, I forgot about that, or I know we should be doing that, but for whatever reason we're not. So this is what one customer had to say, and this is only one customer, but it's echoed by many. And this goes back a few decades, and let's go to the videotape.
Videotape, all right.
Dear Mike, one morning I noticed my car was pulling, so I took it to a tire store for an alignment. And after 3 separate attempts, they couldn't get it right. I went to Midas for help. Your manager,
Hi, I'm Paul Meyer.
and the staff spent all the time necessary to identify and correct the alignment. Paul said,
We don't want you to leave until you're extremely happy.
which I am. Sincerely, Anthony Nesta.
That's all that mattered then, that's all that matters now, and that's all that's going to matter however many hundreds of years you want to go forward when we're selling hovercrafts. And some are already doing that. All right? It's about the customer experience. We have one simple job that we tend to overcomplicate. We look at all kinds of numbers, all kinds of stats, and we become experts in statistics, and we become experts at being slaves to CRMs and all these other tools, which are wonderful, because in order to get where you want to go, you need to know where you've been, and you need to know where you are, because otherwise you're going nowhere. But we have all these things to do. Why don't we focus on the one thing we need to do, which is to create the best possible customer service experience ever? Because that's what brings you customers. I'm going to take you back in time to what we did. The tech shortage that we have today, imagine a few decades ago, you're running a repair shop, it's a Saturday. You have half your crew is out because they got such fat paychecks last night that they went out and partied. Before you open the door, the parking lot is full because we didn't make appointments. And the customers, as soon as they see you get out of your car, all the doors open and everybody's rushing to the front because they want to get in first. And the first thing they ask is, how long am I going to be here? You haven't even opened the door yet. And you know half your techs are out. The trainee shows up on time. The trainee is always wonderful, but the trainee's not getting the job done. So now you open the door, you have to turn on the computers, you have to turn, no, actually there were no computers then. We're handwriting them in ledger books, okay? You have to turn on the compressors, turn on the oxyacetylene machines. You've got to start greeting all your customers, having them fill out the paper forms. You've got to get everything started. Now, still don't have any technicians in. It's a busy Saturday, and you know it's going to be the day from hell, but you still have to smile to create that experience. Now you're putting, as the manager, you're putting cars on the lift, you're diagnosing, you're selling, you're pulling parts, and in instances, you're actually starting the jobs for the technicians who start to roll in an hour afterwards, okay? So the technician shortage today, I can appreciate it, but guess what? We had that decades ago. Communication is the root of all evil, or the lack thereof. Customers don't buy, yes, they have to like and trust you, but they also have to know what's going on before it happens, okay? We talk about the importance of the video MPI, and that's wonderful. But I can tell you there's nothing more powerful than actually taking the customer out to the car, showing them what's wrong with it, and then having the conversation. It's not just about you need tires. No, let's have this conversation. Okay, we looked at your tires. Based on this measurement, it's going to take you this long to stop your car. And that's in an ideal situation. Imagine rain and being panic, okay? Don't just tell them they need tires and how much it costs, but show them. Show them. Put their finger on it. If you're at a dealership and you've got the tire machines and the alignment machines, that's great. But don't just expect them to know what to do. Guide them in properly so that you can get all the data and then show it to them. Tell the customer, this is a new tire, this is your tire. Based on that, here, I want you to walk with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You walk to however long it's going to take them to stop the car based on the condition of their tires. And when you get to the end, you stop, you turn around, and you point to where you started from. And the customer will be like, holy shit. That's how long. Yeah, and that's assuming you're paying attention and it's not an emergency that you have to panic stop for, or it's raining or it's snowing. You think that'll sell a couple more tires? We're all hot and bothered about Sunbit and some of these other programs. Wonderful stuff. Useful. But guess what? Back in the day, we had none of that. We had none. But our job is still to make the customer feel valued. So I would have a customer come in from a low-income area, hard-working, decent folks bring their cars in. The car needed $600 worth of repair work. Today they say if a car needs $400, the customer doesn't have the money. Imagine decades ago, the car needs $600 worth of brake work. The customers, they're sweating, they're panicked. Look, don't worry. We'll take care of you. I don't have 600. Well, how much do you have? I have 300. You comfortably have 300? Yes. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do for you. The repair is 600. You have 300. I'm going to do it for 550. Am I making money at 550? Yeah. Yes. Here's what I'm going to do for you. So you're $250 short of what you need to fix your car so you can go to work and earn your paycheck. How long would it comfortably take you to come up with that $250? 4 weeks. 4 weeks is what it would take you? Yes. Okay. We don't have this program, but I'm going to help you because I know you need help. You have to, again, show them that you care about them. It's not about the money. It's not about the repair. Show them that you care. You're going to pay me every week when you get paid this much money. Okay? Can you do that? And if you screw me, look, I'm doing this. We don't have this as a corporate policy. I'm doing this. If you screw me, I'm going to pay it, but I'm not going to be able to help you or your friends going forward. Will you do this? Yes, I will do this. I had a ledger book. I'd do the repair. I'd collect the 300. I would receive on account 300, and I'd have house charge the 250. House charge to us back then meant the car's sitting out on the parking lot. We don't have all their money yet, and when they pay it, then they leave. But that's unrealistic. So I took it upon myself to start this program. They left with the car. But guess what happened? The next Friday when they got paid, like clockwork, they came in and they paid their bill. The following Friday, until the bill was paid, every Friday I said, I'm not chasing you, I'm not calling you, I'm not doing anything. I'm helping you now. You need to come back. I trust you first. You need to trust me and come back. Until the bill was paid off, they're happy. So guess what happened as a result of that? They brought their friends who also lived in that area, who also needed repair work. So before you know it, we went from having no finance program to having my own in-house program where all these people were coming back. It was kind of like my own buy here, pay here service program. But what I like about the store being in control of that is that it's the relationship, right? They don't have a relationship with some company that may whack them an exorbitant fee if they miss a payment. No, they have a relationship with me. So now I've got this whole neighborhood of people coming in that I would not have seen otherwise. And they need the work. So show them that you care, and it's not about the money. And you want to talk about the money? My techs used to flip at some of the shit that I did. The tech would be working on a $1,600 job. A customer would come in, they're on their lunch hour, they're pressed for time. Oh, look, I need a quick oil change. I think the oil changes were 20 bucks then. How much time do you have? No problem. Hey, Phil, take that car out, get this in. For a bleeping LOF, are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding. We need to get them out of here now. All right, so the customer is standing there. They saw the mechanic a little fatigued. Their car comes in, it goes up. 20 minutes later, they're out the door. Hey, thank you so much for accommodating my schedule. Hey, no problem. That car was left. It's easy to bring it out and bring it back in. They loved it. So what happens as a result of that? When they needed their $1,600 job, guess who they came back to? Because we showed them that we cared. It wasn't about how much they spent. It was about taking care of them as a customer. It gets to the point where you come in on a Monday morning and there's a bunch of cars parked in front of the bays, and the keys are put through the mail slot for shit we didn't even do. They didn't ask whether or not we did it. They had it towed to us to have the work done. I call them up. Hey, listen, I appreciate you towing the car in, but we don't do that kind of work. Now they're pleading with you. Oh, can't you please do it for me? You do all my other stuff. All right, let me call the parts house. You call the parts house. All right, so now we're adding services to our repertoire of repairs that we didn't even do. And do you make money on those services? So I figured, all right, let me take it one step further. All these people had little stickers on their windows. They're due for service from their dealer. Hey, you know, I notice you're coming up for a service soon. Listen, for the reason you come to us and you trust us with your brakes, your exhaust, your suspension work, and everything else, we do factory maintenance. You do? Yeah. I mean, what is it? An oil change, tire rotation, and a look-see, some filters? Yeah, we do it all the time. They don't even ask how much it is because they know they want you to do the work. Yeah, go ahead and do it. I said, or you could just take it back to the dealer and spend the day there. That's up to you. So now we've got a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing that we never did before. But each time the customer comes in, we show them, we give them options. Hey, here's what's wrong with your car now. If you do just the minimum, if you're getting rid of the car, this is what it's going to cost you, but realize that in 6 months, if you still have it, you're going to do damage to these other components, and it's going to cost this much money. So here are your 3 repair options, depending on how long you want to keep the car. Which one best fits what you're looking to do with the car? So again, we put it on them. It's not about us selling them anything. We're educating them. They're making the choice. They'll pick one. So you show them that you care. That was then. They need to know you're in the repair business every single step of the way, every touch point. And that starts with the first interaction, wherever that is. If it's on the web, guess what? They need to know that you do car repairs. They need to see videos on your website of jobs that people typically come in for. They need to know what to expect. They need to know that when they drive up to your door, they need to have a video that shows what's going to happen every step of the way, right down to driving in and having the advisor greet them right then and there. They need to see specials. Why do you think 7 in 10 customers don't come back to the service department at a dealership?
Price perception.
Cox Automotive study, perceived cost and or convenience. Are we any more expensive than some of the aftermarkets?
No.
Are our facilities worse than some of the aftermarket shops?
But they think.
We are the best equipped to take care of customers, the best. But in their minds, they don't think we're in the repair business. Why? Because when they go on our websites, they see nothing for the most part.
No.
Not your dealers, others. They see nothing that you're in the repair business, right? There's nothing that justifies it. So you need to have all that stuff, frequently asked questions. They need to know every step of the way before they even come into your building. Now, sales customers that come in. The sales to service handoff is critical. When does that start? From moment one, on the initial test drive. part of that, they should be touched 3 times in service before they even roll off the lot. When they come in, you have to be proud of your service department. It's a great facility. These are the folks that are going to take care of you through your ownership experience, which currently is some 12 plus years. You're buying it one time, but you're going to own it for 12 plus years. So they need to know who those folks are and what the process is. Then when they come to pick up the car, again, they need to be reintroduced to the service department and stress the ownership experience as opposed to the one-time purchasing the car. The third time is as they roll off the lot, as the wheels go over the curb, they need to receive a video from the dealership thanking them for the business and welcoming them to the dealership. And here's your service staff, and this is what's going to happen going forward. Those are sales customers from minute 1. Service customers, somebody that comes in for the first time, you need to give them the service walk and explain the ownership experience along the way, what you do, how you do it, and why you do it for them. They benefit by understanding better. Again, it comes down to communication. The day before service, okay, you need to be prepared. Are you ready for that customer? Right? You need to know everybody that's coming in tomorrow, everybody that has contact with that customer in the service department. They need to know everybody that's coming in. Advisors, managers, porter, everybody that touches the customer needs to know who's coming in. You need to know what's their service history with the dealership. What work have they done over time? Are there any outstanding recalls? Was there any work that was declined last time that needs to be done now? Because you have all that access, you have all that information in your DMS. You can print that all out. The appointment sheet, correct. Management. The fish stinks from the head. The manager leads the team, and everybody needs to know their value in that, within that team, how it affects them and the team members around them, so everybody's pulling the rope in the same direction or it doesn't work. Progressive stores have a screen on their wall. Print the sheet. You've already paid for 5 years worth of DMS. Print the sheet. That's it. Mr. Jones is coming in at 9 a.m. This is what they're driving in with. Okay? Everybody should know who's coming in and when they're coming in. And when they come in, you need to greet them at their car because that's where they're most comfortable. They've already seen the video. They know what's going to happen. It's already been explained to them. They know when they come in what's going to happen. So now when they come in, you've got a team effort taking care of them. You meet them at their car. You greet them. Okay? Put the customer first. Don't think of it as an expense. Think of it as the customer experience. The better we take care of the customer, the happier they are. They will buy more stuff from us because they trust us and they see us as their advisors. Period. End of story. When they buy more stuff from us, that gives us the resources to be able to maybe look at the porter's pay. Maybe we're not paying them enough. Maybe we're not. But you have to put the customer first and then back into it. All right? So everybody needs to know who's coming in. And I'll give you an example. I'm a known food guy. I pull up to Davio's restaurant in Philly for the first time ever. Never been there. I see Connecticut tag. They know I'm coming in and what time my dinner reservation is. The porter greets me by name. By name. First time there. We've been expecting you. One person takes my card. The other person walks me up to the front desk with the general manager standing there along with the receptionist to welcome me to their restaurant. They walk me to my table. The chef comes out, greets me. Okay? We can create that experience for our customers at the dealerships. We charge a lot of money, but we charge what's fair. Okay? So we need to know that. The customer needs to see that they're valuable. And they'll see that if you come out and greet them at their car, you do the walk around, not to sell them, but to show them that you care about their safety and the performance of their car, because they don't remember they needed wipers until you ask them, oh yeah, because guess what? When they leave and the wiper didn't work, they're going to think it's your fault. 119,000 people on YouTube saw that in my video about a horrific customer service experience I had at my local Chrysler dealership. Okay? So it's our job to communicate that. and with the starting with the end in mind philosophy, by communicating all this to the customer, they know what's happening each step of the way, okay? And when you do that tire walk with them and you point out what condition their tires or alignment are in, what do you think the next question they're going to ask you is?
Do I need tires?
Do you do tires? Oh yeah, we do them all the time. It's about $900 for a set of tires on your car, based on what the original equipment manufacturer recommends. Okay, great. And then just a couple other things. Listen, so when you greet that customer, you go in the car and you read the mileage, you hand them a maintenance booklet. Okay, if somebody's coming in with 29,800 miles for an oil change, you hand them the book open to 30K service, you hand it to them, they're standing there looking at it as you read, okay, your car has 29,897 miles. They see, oh, I need more than an oil change. This is not the dealership trying to sell me something, this is the OEM. So that's going to help you. You communicate to them, you've shown them the tires, and you may want to plant this seed. We see cars come in with this mileage point that typically, oftentimes need brake work. You may or may not. If you did, it cost X amount of dollars. We would save the parts to show you. And because I'm respectful of your time and I know you're busy, I'm going to text you whether or not you need it. Great. So now they've gone, they're back to work. Here's two scenarios. You dropped your car off for an oil change. You get a phone call at work, if you can even take that call. Hello? Yeah, it's Phil. Listen, I know your oil changed. You also need tires. You also need brakes. It's going to cost you $1,500. Now they're in shock on the phone because they haven't been prepped for anything. The coworker sees the look on their face. What's the matter? The dealer's telling me I need all this work on my car, $1,500. What? That's crazy. Yeah, they say I need brakes. I need tires. Were you having any problems with it? No. Just tell them to do the oil change. Now, I'm just going to do the oil change now. So they leave. You print out everything that you found they need. Guess where they're going on the weekend? To the aftermarket shop to verify whether or not you needed it. And guess what happens when they get there? That shop is going to take your business. That customer is not coming back for it. All right?
Here, pal.
So we set up simple things to get the business, but more importantly, offer a better customer service experience. Okay? It's not rocket science. There's nothing new. And when they come to pick up, don't just tell them the car's over there. Walk them to the car. Thank them. And send them a thank you when they leave. And communicate with them regularly, however you need to do that. If they have 60,000 miles on their car, don't send them a service reminder that they're due for the 25,000 mile service. Aren't there OBD devices that will track exactly how many miles are in a car? How much do those really cost? Isn't that an investment in your future business? So these are simple things we know we should be doing, but a lot of dealers still aren't doing it today.